23rd, 2025. First things first, let me know y'all thoughts on today's new episode down below. What y'all think? Did y'all like the episode? Not too much happened. Not too much happened. Same old same. Same old same, just a different day. But we're going to do a quick summary and then we're going to dive into the review. But now I didn't take much notes because not too much happened. But yeah, I say after 3 business days, Will finally told Letra that he slept with someone else. He didn't get a chance to tell her that it was Luna, though, or that she's pregnant. I said he finna break her heart repeatedly because not only did he sleep with someone else, but it was the night before their first time, the night before her first time, but also that it was with Luna, and that she pregnant. Not to mention that he been keeping it a secret. Now I always say, wait, let me make sure. Oh, and he also doesn't know what Luna did with the drinks yet. But I said, now, I don't blame him because it didn't happen. The way she did it, she took advantage of him. Point blank, period. She took advantage of him. And she over here acting like, girl, she in La La Land. She's over here in La La Land. She over here talking about some being an amazing wife. I said, this girl's crazy. I said, you crazy, Looney Tune, you. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. I said, girl, you is crazier than we thought. She just smiling and stuff, and Bill was letting her know, you smiling, you proud that Electra getting hurt. She like, no, my only concern is that Will this and Will that, and I love him. I said, girl, please. I said, they ain't no better. Y'all let her get away with this. She'll be in jail somewhere. What the world? But yeah, where did I stop? Let's see. I said, but also that it was with Luna and she pregnant. Not to mention that he been keeping a secret. He doesn't know what Luna did with the drinks yet. And I say I could see Luna definitely using this baby to her advantage. I could see there being a storyline where she's telling Will, he don't got excited about the baby or whatever, and she's telling him, you can't see your child unless this and that happens, because it's happened on shows before in this exact situation. So I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if she used this baby to her advantage, saying how they can't see the baby until he do X, Y, and Z or whatever. And I definitely can. I think they said Luna's supposed to be, not Luna, what's her name? Electra's supposed to be upset. She gonna be mad at Will. I don't know how true that is, but they've been saying on social media. But yeah, what else? Let's see. She was telling Katie and Bill that she gonna be an amazing mother as well as an amazing wife to Will or whatever. That's when Katie was like, wife? My son's not gonna marry you. You're not gonna be his wife. He loves Electra or whatever. She done came down. I knew she always eavesdropping. Ever since Bill got her out of jail, she been sneaking around eavesdropping and stuff. Talking about some, I think Katie and Bill was talking about might as well go on start. And the last thing was that Bill doesn't want more people knowing Luna alive, and Sheila's still lying to Deacon. But let's dive into the review. So first of all, Electra and Will, he over here telling her something happened the night of the party. He should have never, stayed or whatever. He should have just got a ride share. He should have left or whatever. Just beating around the bush. She kept interrupting. He said, now this what got me. Now he didn't say it was a woman or nothing like that. He was like, somebody came in wearing your mask or whatever. I thought it was you. She told my son, was it Zende? She said, Zende, maybe he was playing a trick on you or something like that. I was like, look, I had to laugh at that part. I was like, girl, ain't no doggone Zende came in the room. Then I think it wasn't until he mentioned the person crawling into bed with him or whatever till she started putting two and two together. But yeah, she kept interrupting him and stuff. I was like, just get to the point. I was waiting on him to say it was Luna, but he hasn't revealed it yet. I'm assuming it's going to be on tomorrow's episode. But yeah, he was trying to tell her what happened. She kept interrupting. She told me some, was it Zende? Was it one of the interns and stuff like that? He mentioned that it was a woman. Might as well go on finish with them. He mentioned that it was a woman or whatever. He kept saying how he thought it was her. I know that mask. I remember that mask. It was unique. And he was saying that. If you remember the episode where he was talking about that mask and stuff like that, he definitely remembered that mask being her. So he started talking about how it was intentional, that whoever was wearing the mask, they had a plan or whatever. But once again, he don't know that she switched the drinks or whatever. He don't know that part. But yeah, so he finally got to it. She got up or whatever. She started getting emotional and stuff like that. And she finally realized that he had slept with somebody else. But again, he has not told her that it was Luna. He didn't tell her that Luna's pregnant. I said, look, now we've been doing this. What is today? Tuesday? It's gonna be the 3rd day now. It's about that time. Matter of fact, didn't they start on Friday? I said, come on, let's get this situation on the go. Come on now. Can they get, since she's early in her pregnancy, can they do a DNA test right now? A paternity test right now? I don't know. But yeah, she just kept interrupting, but he finally got a chance to tell that part, but he hasn't told her anything else. And I said, I said, oh my goodness. I said, because it's bad enough that you was with somebody else, even though you was taking advantage of. You was with somebody else. You've been lying about it. It happened the night before y'all hooked up, before her first time, before y'all first time. Once again, you kept it from her. You kept it from her. Now you find out that it was Luna. You find out that she's pregnant. I said that's gonna be a double look. Her little whole little heart. I said, oh my goodness. Then next we got Katie and Bill, good for nothing. Tell and Luna. Katie, Bill, Luna. Good for nothing. They're standing up there talking about the girls. My son, are you sure she went upstairs? No. She's sneaking and creeping like she been doing. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing. Might as well come downstairs and join the conversation. They ain't had you locked up. Then talking about so she ain't got no power, she ain't got no control. Shoot, could have fooled me. She ain't got no power. She talking about so yesterday. What was it yesterday? I want to go upstairs and take a nap. I want to lay down. Whatever she said, she want to lay down because she don't want to do nothing to harm the baby. She already using this baby as her advantage. But yeah, Bill was saying how he doesn't want Luna to turn Will like upside down. That's when Katie ends up telling him that it's too late. Will's over there with Lecture right now telling the truth. And Bill was saying how he thinks that's a bad idea, and he was saying how he don't really want anybody else to know that she's alive. I said, it's like they learned nothing. And that's not going to stay a secret long because Deacon's supposed to find out this week. Electra's supposed to find out. Deacon's supposed to find out. Who else? I don't know if everybody else find out. I don't know when Steph is supposed to come back, y'all. But yeah, I said that's pretty much everybody. Because once Deacon get to talking, then they saying that Deacon's supposed to hook up with Taylor. I don't know how true that is either, but that's what they've been saying. What else? Bill ends up saying how he thinks that Will's making a mistake by telling the truth, and that's when Luna came down. She was smiling and happy once she heard that Will was with Electra telling her the truth. She's still saying how he deserves better than Electra and how they meant to be together, and she's just standing up there smiling, her crazy self smiling. She's just sitting up there smiling and stuff, and they acknowledge the fact that she's smiling and proud that Electra's gonna be hurt. She's talking about, no, it's not about her being hurt. She just want Will or whatever. I just want him or whatever. I want to be an amazing mother and an amazing wife. Katie said, you're not finna be my son's wife. I mean, honestly, it's not up to you, Katie, because she could definitely use that baby to her advantage. I mean, I'm hoping they don't go there, but we'll see. Oh, another thing that I heard is that, what's his name, the new guy? Is it Deke? Whatever his name is. They saying that that's Deacon's son, that's Hope brother or whatever. I don't know how true it is, but that's what they saying too. But yeah, that's what Katie was telling them. They both just stand up there, Bill over here mean mug. I said, sit down, Bill. I said, you ain't gonna do nothing. If you would have gonna do something, you was gonna do it already. I ain't said that right, but if you was really gonna do something, you would have did it already. You ain't gonna do nothing, Dollar Bill. But yeah, what else? I already said Luna was happy. Electra finding out. Deacon knows something's bothering Sheila. They showed her she was thinking about Luna and everything that's been happening. They said that Deacon's supposed to walk up and overhear a conversation. So I was thinking this was going to be on today's episode, but I didn't see that part. I definitely did not. I was waiting on it. He started trying to ask her what's wrong or whatever. And then they was just talking about Hayes, and she over here lying like it ain't nothing. I said, you don't sit up here and ruin your marriage for this crazy girl who obviously hasn't learned anything. You don't sit up here and ruin your doggone marriage. Granddaughter or not. Then she's talking about that or whatever, because Deacon don't be caring. Deacon do not be caring. He be like, Luna, she say, because she's 6 feet under. That's a Deacon. That is a grandchild. I was like, I understand, because, she a psycho murderer. He's like, of course she say she's 6 feet under. I was like, Deacon crazy. And Sheila felt some type of way about that. She was like, why do you always, basically say that and stuff like that? It's hard for her in regards to Luna. And he was like, he doesn't think Sheila ready to let Luna go. And she was like, of course not, and stuff like that. Still lying about her being alive. Still lying. Still lying. I see you went through all this trouble. You kept saying how you just wanted your person, you wanted love and all this other stuff. Now you got it and you over here lying for this crazy girl who just proved that she ain't learned nothing. Over here talking about something. If she would have just had a chance, you and Lee, both of y'all together, if she would have just had a chance, how many chances this is now? How many chances that make? But yeah, what else? Let's see. Katie and Bill end up reminding Luna that Electra is the one that Will wants. I said, for right now, I think she gonna use this to her advantage, and Will gonna let her. I think he gonna let her. Just like Bill and letting her walk around, smile, and all this other stuff. She just able to do whatever. Same way when he got her out of jail, she able to do whatever she want to do. But yeah, I already said how she talking about she gonna be the most amazing wife. I already said Electra realized that Will slept with the girl the night before they did and everything. I think the last thing was that she realized what happened or whatever, and she about to cry, or she looked like she already crying. But yeah, that was it. That was all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned.